The presentation today will be about the highlights of the program or the CIE Center in Merida in terms of what will you be expecting for these summer programs. And at the end, we will be some time in case you have any question or in case that our alumni will be joining us. We hope that we had 2 alumni who were here a few summers ago. If they are able to meet us today, they will be answering or sharing their experience here. Okay, so first of all, I would like to talk about the reasons why you should come to Yucatan or why you should choose Yucatan as your site to have your experience abroad. First of all, Merida is the capital and the largest city in the Yucatan Peninsula, as I already showed you in the map. And I just talked to Jasmine about the weather. And I told her it's hot, as it is actually 365 days of the year. Merida is always sunny, and the temperature typically varies from 65 to 97 Fahrenheit. So you can imagine that we are enjoying the sun all year long. It is really humid, and this is because we are really close to the beach. The beach is around 20 minutes far from the city. So basically on the weekends, we always try to go there, enjoy the beautiful crystal clear waters of the beach in the Yucatan Peninsula. Another reason why Yucatan is so important is because of its population. The Yucatan Peninsula, and it extends until Guatemala. It's approximately 60% of the population is Mayan from origin. So it is really an amazing thing, because normally it's a pity that in most part of our country, or even in the region, in the Latin American region, the culture is losing like space. Here we have a lot of traditions, a lot of Maya people living here. You can hear the language. You can, even if just turning on the TV or radio, most of the programs are speaking in both Spanish and Mayan. There is a huge population, and there are a lot of communities around. There are a lot of arts involved in the Mayan traditions. For example, we just had the Day of the Dead, which in Yucatan it's named Edehan Alpishan. Our students, besides learning Spanish, they will be able at the end of each program that they realize that they have learned some Mayan words as well, because on daily life, normally a lot of words in Mayan are used. The other thing is that, and I think that what I like the most about Merida, it's the fact that it is a very cultural city. And I have been talking with a lot of people from the government, especially the tourist department, and they told me that this city has a very particular interest in launching the city as a capital of the cultural city in Mexico. They are doing a lot of programs and a lot of activities involving art, and for this reason, because they want to attract only tourism that is based or is looking for cultural art. So, for example, we have every day of the week, we have a specific activity related culture or arts. We have, like, for example, Tuesday, where you can go to a certain park in the city to listen to traditional music, or on Fridays, where sometimes You can go to a theater where they will be performing specific programming or even music. We just had a cultural week, so every month there is a specific week of the month where they are planning a lot of activities, and all are for free. So our students are enjoying it a lot. Some of the most important things, or the people is really proud of, is that because Merida is receiving a lot of achievements as a city. And this year, for consecutive year, Merida was named the second safest city in the North American continent, just after Quebec in Canada. And it was named the best small and big city by Condé Nast Traveler magazine, which is a very popular tool or source in terms of information for those who like to travel and who like to choose a specific city because of the safe space. It was also named the American Capital of Culture, which is something that the government is really proud of, because as I told you, they want to attract only people who's interested in culture. And an example of this is like it was before the pandemic, of course, but Merida hosts the annual conference of the Nobel Peace Prize. And in this monument that you can see here in the picture, there was a concert in the closure of that big event. It was Ricky Martin performing at this monument, and it was free. But beside that, we receive a lot of interesting personalities as Mandela's relatives. Martin Luther King daughter was here. So a lot of people came here for that event. So this is the kind of activities that the city in particular is interested in organizing. Another Yucatan highlights, besides telling you that the CIE Center in Yucatan was officially open in 2019, and we ran a college summer program. We ran some specific programs for college, which were the Open Campus program, the January program, and the high school program. Just a few months after we opened our beautiful site, we closed for the pandemic, but we reopened with a high school program last year with a big group of 80 students. Besides COVID, and besides the fact that we had a lot of COVID restrictions, limited groups and the use of masks and the testing and so forth, we enjoyed a beautiful summer. And this summer, 2022, we had a beautiful group of students who came to study one of our 2 programs. What they enjoy the most, and we describe as a Yucatan highlights. These are some highlights, but some are recommendations from our previous students. What they found more attractive about being in Merida for the summer is the full immersion in the local culture. The main fact that has been crucial or vital for this immersion was the fact that they are living with host families, and I will talk about homestay families a little bit later. The improvement they can see, it's incredible that in 1 month, for those students are participating in their language and culture program, they can perceive and they can see that they have a big improvement in their language proficiency. Other highlight that they found is the friendly people. It's not a secret that Mexican people is friendly, but believe me that in Yucatan, it's even more friendly than in other states. They like the fact that they always, this is something that it's happening every program, that they make new friends. And I just heard, like, for example, a group of participants that came in the first high school program in 2019. They just met in New York. It was fantastic. They organized like a meeting again, and they share some pictures with us, and it was super nice to see them going and to meet again in person. So the other thing is that they found that this is a very safe environment, and they feel really that they are confident in being moving around the city while learning the Mayan culture, because the Mayan culture is impacting the local society, and the local society is like really united, organized. They help each other, they support each other. And one of the main reasons, or the main highlights of this is what they found in the homestay family, because even though they are in separate houses, they found that this network is very organized. They met each other, they organize a thing together, they celebrate some important days in Mexico or important traditions of about the Mayan culture. They live in a very cultural city, and they enjoy it a lot. And they also highlighted that this is really one of the best cities to travel. So they confirmed what they heard in this in the sources. So, as I told you before, we have two programs, and I will share the, oh, I don't think that I have the updated version, but never mind. We have two programs. We have one, the Spanish and Mexican language culture, and we have the service and leadership program. In the language program, they typically learn in a very small size group of students. They are placed by level. Normally participants are doing a pre-test, as we call it, a stamp, before they come to the program and at the end of the program. So this has two reasons why. First of all, to place them in the appropriate level of Spanish. And at the end of the program, this exam or post-exam test is helping us to see the real improvement in the language. They have local teachers. They work on lesson plans coordinated with the week's excursions and activities. So all the programming or the calendar, is planned according to what they will learn in the classroom. So this means that, for example, we have typically theme-based weeks where 1 week, for example, our students will talk about the gastronomy in Merida, and they are attending to a cooking class, and they are going to the market with the professor to see what are the local vegetables, local fruits, what do people used to buy at the local market, what the people is cooking at home. So it's a holistic team-based experience. And for example, when they learn about the culture, when the professor explained the importance of the Mayans, and then on the weekend we take them to Chichen Itza, for example. So everything is like trying to be planned as a perfect match for them to learn what they are learning in classroom directly. And they have a language pledge. They are asked to speak mainly in Spanish, at any level, even though if they are insecure, if they are in the basic level, they we try to push them to speak in Spanish and make mistakes, because that's the best way they will be learning. And by the second week, they already, it's incredible, but they are already speaking fluently. So this is amazing. And in our program, the Service and Leadership Program, is a 3-week program. The students normally receive a workshop where they will be learning about what is a non-governmental organization in Mexico, what is fundraising, what kind of needs do we have in terms of specifically the youth, the children in Merida, in the communities, in a very specific organization. Last summer, we worked with AMAN, which is a non-governmental organization who's been and supporting children in disadvantage, specifically children with cancer, and our students help a lot. They have different activities at this organization. Sometimes they can be supporting the administrative department. Sometimes they are helping in organizing a big party for the kids. They are celebrating a certain day, or even they can be helping in maintenance of the organizations or whatever. We try to place them in different departments, so because at the end we want them to learn from what the organization looks like. And this is also coordinated in terms of the holistic knowledge they will receive at the in the program, and they also enjoy the activities, the co-curricular activities, and the weekends, the excursions on the weekend. Alan, do you want to talk about the daily activities and excursions?
Yeah, sure, Carla, for sure. Oh, okay, we have, as Carla says before, we are organizing all the activities according the lesson or the class that you have. So most of the activities that we have are culturals, to know about Mayan culture or Mayan issues. That's why all activities that we have, it's go to see places where we can see pyramids like a Chichen Itza, or natural things like in Corchito. Corchito, it's a cenote before to go to Puerto Progreso, where it's Puerto Progreso. It's an important beach near to Merida. All the activities or all the things that we have to do around Merida, most of them are natural things or natural places, and colonial and mixed with the Mayan culture. That's the kind of trip that we do on the program at weekends. And daily activities, it's according what you are learning in your Spanish class, like talk with the community or talk with the people that they live here in Merida. By the way, another activities that we can do during the program, it's activities like cooking traditional dishes from Yucatan, painting. One painting artist come to our center to teach us what is the kind of paint that they do to express the Mayan culture. By the way, dance classes, jarana, for example, it's a traditional dance in Yucatan, where you can see the people dressing according to the traditional clothes, Mayan woman clothes and Mayan men clothes, and they or teach they teach this kind of dance to know how express with this kind of art, dancing, how they can spread part of our culture. By the way, we visit different museums like the anthropology, like Cacao Museum. We have also the Chocolate Museum. Very interesting museum that they offer information about our culture. Also, we have different activities to share time with persons that they live here, the Mexican students. Last program, we made a meet with students that they are from other school in the same level, in the high school level. So you can have the opportunity to share experience and share a point of view about different topics, talking with the students. So I think that was activity that our last students, they enjoyed most of all the activities because they have the opportunity to share knowledge and share information about both cultures from USA and Mexican cultures. So they love that activity. So that's it's kind of the activities that we have and we organize for you during the programs in summer, guys.
Thank you, Alan. Well, as we can see here in some pictures that we always like to share, and we have thousands of pictures. By the way, you can follow us on Instagram. At the end of this presentation, I will show you how, because there you can enjoy our pictures as much as we do. Incredible pictures, like for example here, Hanat Bishan, the Day of the Dead. We take our students to Progreso, as Alan mentioned. They always have fun. At the end of the day, we try to offer a good selection of beautiful places, that we have plenty of places to go here. But the fact that the students are enjoying themselves, and they like to go anywhere but together. So that's, I think, that the highlight of this, of our daily activities and our excursions. So let's go to the next slide. So in my experience, and I am telling you this because I was center intern director for the CIE in Amsterdam, what is one of the reasons why the Yucatan students or the participants who come to Yucatan are enjoying it a lot? It's because of the homestay. And the homestay network we have, it's formed by beautiful Yucatecan families. And by Yucatecan families, you know that we know that Mexican mothers, we have this fame of being super lovely and devoted and dedicated. But believe me that Yucatecan mothers are going beyond that. They treat our participants as their own family. They bring their family to spend the weekends together with the host sons and daughters they have. They want to organize parties for the kids. So this summer we had a lot of occasions where students were asking permission because they want to invite their peers to the swimming pool, for example. So families come in all shape and size. We have single families, or I mean single by no kids, or we have parents that are already grandparents and their children are living in a different house or even in a different state, but they are enjoying receiving students. They are took care and lovely. We have not that much, but then we also have like a single mother, a single father. So any kind of family. We have families with pets, with no pets, vegetarian, no vegetarian. So we can accommodate almost any kind of need from our participants. The common fact from our homestay families is that they really love to share the love of international exchange. We all, I can say that 100% of our families are doing this because they love the experience. They love to learn from your culture and your backgrounds, because even though our participants all come from the United States, most of you have different backgrounds. They live in very different cities. They have in small cities. They live in huge cities, and our families love to know from you. All our families provide a private room and they prepare meals for the participants. So for the high school program, the 3 meals are included. We have a very short time to enjoy. Actually, 1 month goes really quickly and time flies when you're having fun. So family weekends are only 1 or 2, because the first weekend is always organized to be spent in family, because we want our students to know each other, to get familiar with their homestay families. The second weekend and the third weekend are we organize our day excursion and our overnight excursion. And the last weekend, we cannot see that it's devoted for families, because by that time our students, based on our experience, they already have a lot of friends and they want to spend some time with their friends before going back to the US. So that's why we can say that clearly our participants have just 1 weekend with family. But during 1 weekend, during that weekend, our families like to organize their time for their own and the host participant. Sometimes they like to have some evenings with the student. They enjoy most of the time. They offer also the basic facilities, Wi-Fi. Most of the houses have or AC or ventilator. This is it. This is all the information, and we have a big reminder from our colleagues in the high school department. If you finish your application by or before December the 1st, you will be participating in a raffle where you can win a free flight. So if you are a recommender or an alumni, can save you up to 200 if you start your application through the referral link. So these are 2 reminders. And the third one, the last but not least, is to follow us, because we share a lot of our activities at what we are doing, either with our high school participants, but also with our college participants. So now it's your turn to ask any question you have.
And feel free to unmute yourself if you have any questions, or you're welcome to drop it in the chat and we'll read the questions from the chat.
So I don't, oh, maybe. Okay, I can see one question. Do you have any experience getting? Hi, Jan. Yes, we actually have at least 2 students who had this kind of situation, and our recommendation before coming to Merida is please make sure you have all your medications, all the things you need, because sometimes can be difficult to find that specific medicine in Merida. But if you have enough of what you need, your medication and your prescription, it's going to be okay. We have an support. Alan, my colleague, is our support number 1. He is in charge of the student life department. He is a psychologist. He is always really good in supporting our students, and in case they have any affectation, we have plenty of students who get a stomachache, for example, during the first days, and we have the supported professionals for doing that. So, but in the case that have major or specific situations, we have also professionals to support them. But yeah, we had students with that specific condition. We have another question. Do you have to have a COVID vaccine if it's against your religion? I am pretty sure that we have some regulation about it. Is that correct, Jasmine?
Correct. The vaccination is required, but if there is a section where you can update your information for religious exemptions, but definitely I'll drop our vaccination policy into the chat here for you to review. But let us know if you have any other questions around that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, perfect. So any other question? We are happy to answer. But if not, I think that we can stop the recording, Jasmine. I just want to say thank you.